Today in MLB The Show 26, I'll be hitting a home run with every MLB team's best hitter of all time. Beginning with the Baltimore Orioles and Cal Ripken Jr. Got player 1 of 30, and just like I did for the video where I hit a home run with the best player on every MLB team, this one will be on beginner difficulty, and I know again, come here. Look at me. Beginner difficulty. I promise you're going to be okay. This video is not meant to be a challenge. This video is meant to show off who the best player for every MLB team is of all time. And Cal Ripken Jr., the man with the longest consecutive game streak in MLB history, goes 443 feet back here in Baltimore to get us started. And next up is going to be Ted Williams for the Boston Red Sox. A year back for Ted Williams in MLB The Show game, and he destroys righties, and he launches one to right center field here at Fenway. And thanks to that short fence in the bullpen in right center, goes 397 at the most historic park in the MLB. And as a Yankees fan, I don't even mind saying it because I actually love the city of Boston. And we got Babe Ruth up for the Yankees next. If we were still at Old Yankee Stadium, the place that Babe Ruth made famous, maybe I would go ahead and say that Yankee Stadium is more historic than Fenway, but definitely not the new Yankee Stadium that opened in 2009. One day, can Aaron Judge possibly be the best hitter for the Yankees of all time? It might be a crazy statement, but Babe Ruth played, what, 100 years ago? So I guess it really depends on if you're going with a current player or a more recent player, at least, compared to a player that played 100 years ago. Comment down below what you think about that. For the Tampa Bay Rays, welcome back Evan Longoria. Evan Longoria had a nice prime with the Rays. Took him to a World Series. Was he on that 2020 roster? I don't think he was at that time. I don't think that one's going to get out. That one's going to be off the bottom of the wall, and we're going to actually have to try for a second attempt for the first time. Even on beginner, it's not a 100% home run every single time. Has Longoria been retired for 2 years? Or did he hang it up last year? I think he hung it up 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. A perfect shot, though, to left center field. 4-4-4 for Longoria back at Trop. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we got George Bell. And I will be completely honest, I don't know much about George Bell. I think he played like 80s, early 90s. I don't really know anything about him. I got under that one. I think there's no doubt that we're going to have a new player from... Oh, I got it out! That's beginner difficulty a little bit for you. I think at some point it's going to be Vlad Jr. I think it's only a matter of time, especially because he signed that long-term contract extension. We have a few current players in today's video, and George Bell might get overtaken by Vlad down the road. Frank Thomas up next for the Chicago White Sox. Frank Thomas actually out of MLB The Show this year. I'm not sure why they took him out, so I actually had to download him from the vault. Frank Thomas, center field here. Is that one going to go? Frank Thomas! Oh, almost robbed, but not going to be able to do that. 403 feet for Frank Thomas. I'd say about 8 or 9 players I had to download into this game that aren't in MLB The Show normally. All right, guys, we got our first current player of the video today. For the Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez steps up to the plate. I was going to go with maybe a guy like Tris Speaker. Just off, I'm using articles as well, so I don't use just my own personal bias for this video, as a sick, perfect line drive by Jose Ramirez into right field goes for 398. Tris Speaker, on a couple of articles I saw, they put as the top Guardians hitter of all time. I don't know enough about him, and that was over 100 years ago. I feel like Jose Ramirez gets the call here from me. For the Detroit Tigers, it's going to be Ty Cobb. I know a legend that a lot of people want back in the game, especially if you played back in like MLB The Show 20, which I did a little bit, but I really played a lot starting MLB The Show 21. A lot of people want Ty Cobb back, kind of like they got Ted Williams back. Maybe one day we'll see Cobb back in MLB The Show. He goes 410 for the Tigers, though, on a nice swing. Next up is the Kansas City Royals, where we got George Brett. We got a chance for a 3-run homer with George Brett stepping up to the plate. I don't know if we hit one of those. I haven't really paid attention to who's on base. I got early on that one. I'm actually low on some of these, and they're still getting out. Getting under some of these. How about a nice perfect homer here for Mr. George Brett in Kansas City. That one I got under. I don't think that one's going to carry. I could be wrong again, though. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I'm not hitting some of these the most satisfying home runs, but they're still getting out nonetheless, because these are all legends on an easy difficulty. They're going to get it out. The Twins, we got Harmon Killebrew. Another Hall of Famer, another legend, and a guy that I actually have some attachment to because If you played the card game Showdown back in the day, we're gonna have a single, but that's not gonna be a home run. Showdown was a MLB card game that you play with a dice. You roll like 1 to 20. It was a really fun game. You play head to head with your friends, family, whoever you wanted to play with. You each needed like a deck of cards, or however we're gonna call them. Is that one gonna go with the foul pole? That one is gonna be gone for Killebrew. And I had Harmon Killebrew's card. He was the best card in my lineup. Why'd I say deck? Thinking of other card games. The best card in my lineup. He went off for me in Showdown, so I'll always remember Harmon Killebrew for that reason. Next up is going to be Craig Biggio for the Houston Astros. These early 2000s players with these legends like a Harmon Killebrew. I always wanted a Mike Schmidt card. That and Willie McCovey I did have. Those are like the 3 big Showdown cards, and there was a Barry Bonds when he was still an active player. That was really good too in that game. But Craig Biggio was nice for your lineup. There was like perks that you can get or kind of upgrades you can get on those cards, and Craig Biggio had a lot of them. The Los Angeles Angels were going with a current player in Mike Trout. Out straight up went vintage MVP Trout against my Yankees, and I will have a video specifically on Mike Trout by the end of this week. If you guys can look out for Trout with a Trout bomb left center field. It was awesome to see him play. Amazing vintage MVP level. 470 feet. Even if it was against my Yankees, it's great to see Mike Trout doing well. And he 100% is the best player ever for the Angels. Is OHTANI going to go down as a better player overall all time? I'd say yes. But as an Angel, I'm still going to give it to Trout over OHTANI. The A's, we got Ricky Henderson. Who else? MLB's all-time leader in stolen bases. Got to get him a home run now. And I'm surprised to see him out of MLB The Show, too. Is this his first year not officially in the game that I had to go to the vault and download? Could be a second, maybe. What a smooth swing, though. It's a shame he's got to do it at a non-MLB park, pretty much. 494 feet, though. That is the furthest home run of the video off the bat of Ricky Henderson. We got to watch the replay. We're not watching a ton of replays today, but that is the furthest home run of the video. 494 feet. Is that going to stand the whole video? We'll see. For the Mariners, nobody else could ever get to the level of Ken Griffey Jr. for that team. I will say, what if Ichiro started in the MLB at like 18, 19, 20 years old instead of 27? He had over 3,000 hits. Imagine he came into the league at 18, 19, 20, maybe gets like 4,500 hits. Maybe that beats out Griffey. That'd be the most hits ever, so I'd say it would. But Griffey smashes that one to left field. For the Texas Rangers, we got Ivan Pudge Rodriguez. Now, I maybe should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video. I might have mentioned something similar, but the reason we're going with a guy like Pudge Rodriguez instead of somebody like A-Rod, another Rodriguez that was really good for the Rangers, is because they have to be viewed while they were on that team, not overall in their career. Because like I said, I could have did OHTANI instead of Trout if I go with overall in career, but we got to do it specifically when they were on this team. And I'm going with articles as well, and they went with Pudge Rodriguez, who's a pretty good choice. Can't get mad at that. But let's hit a homer. If you also want to see me put all of these players into one season to see if they can carry their team to a World Series, let me know in the comments down below. If this video gets, let's say, 1,000 likes, maybe I'll bring that video too. We start the National League now with the Atlanta Braves and Hank Henry Aaron. Hank Aaron viewed by some as the actual home run king in the MLB. If they're going to put an asterisk next to Barry Bonds' record, the next man up would be Hank Aaron with 755 home runs. Make it 756. Could this rival 494? It was by Ricky Henderson, I think. Hank Aaron goes 496. I think he has the furthest homer of the video. You guys can check me, though. Hank Aaron blast that one deep center field here in Atlanta. If this was in Colorado, let's say, that's probably 530, 540. 496, 115 off the bat. Where I've brought over Giancarlo Stanton up next to represent the Miami Marlins. Bring Stanton back over, a 59 homer season Stanton had with the Marlins, won a National League MVP before joining my Yankees. I was excited when he came over to the Yankees. If we were going to get monster Miami Marlins MVP level Stanton, we never quite got that. He's had some solid productive runs with the Yankees, especially in the playoffs. There's been times where he's been the best performer, but for the Marlins, he was an absolute monster. Didn't he break something in the outfield with a home run once before? We bring over Darryl Strawberry back to MLB The Show and representing the New York Mets. Again, I went with an article. I'd say maybe Lindor can get there. I think Soto will get there at some point with that contract that he signed a couple of years ago because he'll be a Met for a long time. But for right now, Strawberry is the only one of those three that helped the Mets win a World Series in 1986. We got the plane flying over at Citi Field. We got the fireworks going off. Pretty cool home. Next up for the Philadelphia Phillies, they took out Mike Schmidt. We're bringing him back. Mike Schmidt, another one of those showdown cards. I've always wanted a Mike Schmidt showdown card when I played. Never was able to get him. He was a very expensive card for when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. Showdown was probably popular. So 390 feet for Mike Schmidt. Honestly, an underwhelming home run. I could have hit one better. Welcome back to the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. Bryce comes back to the Washington Nationals, where he won his first National League MVP with. Unfortunately for him, he left the team and they made the World Series and won it. I'm pretty sure the year after. And when Harper was with the Nationals, they never won a single playoff series, but there's no doubt he was an excellent player with the Washington Nationals, an MVP, and their best hitter at the time right now. Soto probably would have overtaken this, but he left the team as well. The Chicago Cubs to start the National League Central. Who else but Sammy Sosa? Sammy Sosa. You'll never forget what he did for baseball in the late 90s, early 2000s. Him and Mark McGwire putting baseball back on the map with their home run chase. McGwire wound up winning that battle, but Sosa still delivered some memorable moments. And another one right there. His signature hop out of the box after drilling one to left field at Wrigley. I talked about Fenway being the most historic stadium ever. This is definitely number 2, or you can even flip-flop them if you want. But 441, perfect. The MLB's all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, is up next for Cincinnati. I can't believe Pete Rose hit 4,200 plus hits with this stance. How is your back not broken? Ooh, there's a perfect. And another one to the hit column for Pete Rose. We got to get the homer, though. I've got 3 hits with Pete Rose, but no home runs so far. We'll see if the 4th one will be it. That one looks like it could go. It barely goes. I'll take it. 349 feet for Pete Rose. The Milwaukee Brewers, we got Robin Yount. That one, that's a pretty good swing, but I had to go down for, oh, that has enough. That one has enough in Milwaukee. A smooth swing from Robin Yount. First pitch we see, it's gone. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, it's Honus Wagner. Honus Wagner was nasty for me back in the day. MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty. That was the greatest year for Diamond Dynasty, man. I loved that year for Diamond Dynasty. Now it's getting a little repetitive. I fall off a little bit earlier and earlier every single year. It's still the best Ultimate Team mode throughout any of the major sports games. But Honus Wagner launches that one 450 and launched those fireworks into the Pittsburgh night. Great Albert Pujols has returned to MLB The Show to hit a home run. I don't know why my brain operates like this, but every time I see Albert Pujols' name, I want to say Pujols. I don't know why. It's not spelled like that at all, but my brain wants to function that way. This is Albert's first MLB The Show since I think MLB The Show 22. He has returned this year with a monster homer, 452 feet into the St. Louis sky. For the Arizona Diamondbacks, it's their World Series hero in 2001, Luis Gonzalez. I'll never forget, even though I was like 3.5 years old, Luis Gonzalez ruining the Yankees going for a 4-peat. With that single, punched it in a shallow center field. It was enough to bring home the World Series winning run. If you hit a home run for me right now, Luis Gonzalez, on the next swing, I'll finally forgive you. If you don't, I'm never forgiving you. Let's see you hit a homer here. How far can you hit one? That one should be gone if you get this animation. I don't think it's going to be foul, but I could be wrong. And it's out of here. 438 feet for the man that ruined a Yankees World Series. Todd Helton could hit the furthest home run of the entire video with the Colorado Rockies. I think the furthest is 496 at the moment, hit by Hank Aaron, but with the Colorado sky, the altitude, I think Helton could beat it. I don't think we got the swing, though, to beat it. I won't lie. Yeah, we did not. I did not launch that thing like I thought I was going to. 448 feet. It was a line drive, smooth homer, but it did not get launched, so still Hank Aaron has the lead. The legendary Willie Mays will be next for the San Francisco Giants. Some of you might be thinking I should have went with Barry Bonds, and I will not argue with you because you could be right, but is there really a bad pick if you're choosing between Willie and Barry Bonds? Willie Mays is probably a top 3 to 5 baseball player all time. Barry Bonds has the argument, but some people are going to say he cheated, so I decided let's just go with Willie. We know Willie Mays did not cheat the system at all. Just an awesome, excellent baseball player and almost a perfect out. Finally, though, I couldn't seem to hit one out with Willie. Did he just hit a grand slam? How many people were on base? Is this a grand slam with Willie Mays? Yeah, it's a grand slam. I think that's the first one of the video. Grand slam Willie Mays. Left field, beautiful Oracle Park. San Diego Padres, it will be Tony Gwynn. Gwynn definitely has the lowest power rating of the video today. We'll see if we hit one out. Oh, that's a perfect. And we got some air under it. Get out of here, baseball. Tony Gwynn delivers. 422 feet in San Diego. Finish this video with the Los Angeles Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani. Guys, I had to do it. I had to project a little bit because this player, Shohei Ohtani, when it's all said and done, will be the best hitter for the Dodgers all time. Might end up being the greatest baseball player of all time. If he's not that already, in my book he is. And he hit it out of Dodger Stadium. He hits the furthest homer, 502 feet. When someone comes across this video in a few years, Ohtani's going to be the best Dodger hitter of all time. So I had to project a little bit. And he's the only player in the video to go over 500. Of course he is. We will watch this replay as the final homer of the video. 502 feet for Shohei Ohtani, 118.8 off the bat. That'll do it for this video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace.